just hitting record. Um, Alright, I want to make this video for like a while. Not too long actually. It's only like a recent basically, I want to get out my thoughts on um, Rocket League and like how I play. That is so distracting. I'm gonna turn off the OBS overlay on the left side. On how I play. I don't want to make this video how to play. I want to. It's how I play, and just like kind of just get my thoughts out because I've got like probably like 4K hours or something across like both console and PC, and I just wanted to make a video of like how I think, and I'm probably gonna have a lot of stuff that's wrong because I'm like I want to say 1550 is like where I'm probably sitting. I My peak rank is like 1620, which is like I think that's pretty decent, but like I know a lot of people that have had higher peaks. Um, but I mean, I'm getting off on a tangent, but I guess that's what this whole video is going to be. My playing ranked twos at the moment, I'm like sitting 1500 and it feels so sloppy. It feels like I don't belong here. And I probably do belong there just because I need to get consistent enough to where I like am just sitting in 1600. But what I'm trying to say is when I sit in 1600, it feels so much more comfortable. Like everyone else is consistent and it's like I can read it and I can play to that pace and there's no issue with that. Um, anyway, so yeah, basically this video is just me just talking about, you know, different stuff. I I can probably just focus in on like 2v2 and like how I play that because that's what everyone plays, that's what I play the most. I might talk about 3v3 later, but I haven't played 3v3 at least competitively in like a while, so I'd have to like remember a lot of stuff. Um, okay, let's think. 2v2. Okay, I'll start off with kickoffs. Just my knowledge on kickoffs, and a lot of this probably wrong, but this is just my thoughts. So kickoffs, I think a lot of people think it's so important to speed flip, and I I never learned like how to speed flip consistently. I feel like sometimes when I'm hitting like mega flow state, I can speed flip pretty well, but like I'm pretty sure like I'll do it here. Like I don't think that looks like it could be a speed flip, but I don't think it is. I'm not like you're probably seeing on the top like what I'm trying to do the motion, but I don't think it's like kind of there, but not really. I think that flip I was doing is good enough for kickoffs because it's fast enough where you're getting to the ball and you're not getting beat by a crazy speed flip. Um, and that's, yeah, a lot of people think, oh, you have to speed flip for kickoff, but I just don't think that's true. Again, this is my opinion, I'm probably wrong. Speed flipping is probably, you know, 100% way better, but that's just what I think. What I hate is when people just refuse to like try to get to the ball fast, unless I can get behind like a solo fake or like a faking for teammate or something, like Spanish kickoffs or just faking kickoffs. Like I don't mind, like, you know, it's a part of the game. It's not like a lot of people think, oh, doing that sort of thing is like dog, like why are you doing that, just play the game. But I mean, it's it's fair enough, you know, and they're not hard to read. Like it's unless like you're not thinking about it, which like I think every kickoff you should think about. I'm probably guilty of just like brainlessly playing twos and not thinking about anything. I do that a lot, but um, yeah, I think it's, you know, it's a important part of the game, and if you can get a goal from that, it's fair enough. Um, yeah, so Spanish is, I'm not even that familiar with it. It's, I know it's like, I think it's a yeah, it's like that, and then you fake it and get a bump, and then it's like a fake, and instead of your teammate, usually with a fake, it's like a pop to the side, like that wall or that wall. Um, but yeah, Spanish, I'm guessing it's just like hit over and it's free, which is like, it's a cool idea that someone came up with. I don't actually know where Spanish originated from. I don't know why they called it that, but um, yeah. Another thing, I know one of my mates that's a little bit lower than me. He doesn't know how to diagonal like kick off. So when there's a player here, right, and a player there, and the player in the middle is like, oh yeah, hit it back left for me. I don't get how people can not understand. If you're at the ball, you're speed flipping to the ball. All you need to do is put your ball along this line and then like side flip into it, because that'll like, if a player is going for a normal hit, like just trying to force it forwards, it'll funnel the ball to the corner and usually roll along the side, and then it's a free hit. That's what I don't get how people don't understand that, because I've came across a lot of teammates that like, I just don't, I mean, to be fair, currently I've got chat off, so when people call fake kick or some stuff, it's just a goal, because like I don't read it, because it's just like a mental thing. I stopped wanting to read chat, which is like a lot of people would probably think is weird, which is like, I agree, like it's probably weird, but it's just how I'm thinking at the moment currently. I think that's all I really wanted to say about kickoffs. There was probably something else I wanted to say, but that's fine. I'll go on to like rotations, I guess. I personally don't really know much about rotations, and I think what I do in game is kind of just what I've like subconsciously picked up whilst playing twos. I could probably watch a replay and like analyze how I play, but yeah, like I couldn't tell ya. It's just like, I think the way I kind of think of it is I'm playing off the ball constantly. I'm not really thinking about my teammate too much. I'm just playing the ball, and then if like, my teammate's got it, then he's got it, and I can either try to, you know, play behind him for like a defensive sort of play, or like play upfield a bit for like a pass or something, or like linger near him. That's probably like the best apt description of how I could describe how I play twos. I know there's a lot of different ways of playing twos, because like, some people like to be more aggressive, or some people like to be more defensive. Speaking of defense, actually, I will get into that. I will get to how I like to defend, because there's a few probably different ways. Again, like this is all just my opinion. I'm probably wrong, but there's a few different ways of like how to defend. So here in game, if someone's got the ball, I'm I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for a shot, because like say someone's on, right, and they're taking a flick. There's gonna be that period after, or just even like a hit, like a shot on net. There's gonna be a period where the ball is traveling towards the net, and most likely you can always like save that, because it's just a ball. Like you can get to pretty much anywhere on the net. I just backflipped. You can pretty much get to anywhere on the net, like with like little boost. Um, and that's just how I like to play a lot of the time as well. Like I'll wait like backboard if it's like higher. If someone's going for like a flip reset, like I'll literally wait for the flip, unless they're like on the net. I'll wait for the flip, because most of the time I can get to the ball. And then there's also the other way of playing, where if someone's like going for a flip reset, you can just dive at them and like use your flip and get it. Like better players will get that over you. They can probably read that you're jumping off the wall trying to get to them, so they will like flick it over you, or just like pop it over you or something, or fake it even if like you're going high. But yeah, like so sometimes I will just like force the ball. Basically though, a lot of the time in defense, I will just wait. And I learned that because I've got a mate that is, I want to say he's SSL. I don't think he's SSL at the moment, but it's an IRL mate, and he's like played like RLCS and stuff, top 8. stuff like that. Um, not too. He doesn't play too consistently, but he's really good. He's just one of those gifted players, which is like fair enough to him. And yeah, how I defend, I've learned off of him because that's how he likes to defend. He likes to just, or at least how he used to. I'm not sure if it's still how he defends, but he likes to just wait for the ball, and then the people you're versing are most likely to give it to you. Unless you're at like the highest level, they'll give it to you. So yeah, I just learned to wait, and a lot of people in ranked I know hate that. They're like, why aren't you going for the ball? It's like, bro, they're gonna hit it to me. There's no point in going. And then at the same time, I do understand it's like if I'm here or like on the wall and my teammate's behind me, he's probably waiting for me to go so he can go under me, which I understand, and that's probably something I need to improve on, like recognizing those situations. But like a lot of the time, I can get a save, and that's just, yeah, I've gotten a lot more saves in the past like year because I've gotten better at that sort of thing. But yeah, that's probably gonna wrap up the saving slash defending part. I'll go on to like just straight mech. So this is obviously incorporated in every type of game mode, 2s, 1s, 3s. I only started getting comfortable with mech probably like, I want to say, fuck, we're May at the moment, so probably about like 9 months I've been like felt comfortable with mech, because what I believe with mech is you don't need to know how to do the flashy stuff like fucking double store reset or some shit, like, or like, you know, all that fancy like flip reset stuff or any of that. I think if you're trying to focus on competitive play, all you need to do is be comfortable in the air and be able to control your car how you want in the air. I'm not perfect, and you can tell like I'm not perfect, but I do feel comfortable with controlling my car and putting the ball where I want most of the time, which I think is so important. And I think the other thing with mech is just speed, being able to do stuff fast, which I'm again not the best at, but I think that is probably important. That's probably one of the most major things I'm like always working on, is trying to be faster and get to the ball faster. But yeah, just being able to control your car and like move it how you want is so important, I think, because a lot of people just like they know how to. I see them, they know how to do mech, but it doesn't look like they're like controlling their car pretty well. They just know how to do the movement to like get a double flip reset or something. So I think, yeah, that's one of the most important things. The way I think I learned, I'm not 100% sure, because it felt like it happened like overnight. I just suddenly felt way more comfortable in the air. But I think what it was training just like air dribbles and just like trying to get touches like this, like in the air, and just follow it up. And like here, I'll pop it up and just get solid touches like that, because that like trains you like, that's kind of just like slow aerial, but that'll get incorporated into like everything, just feeling the touches, like getting underneath the car, getting the car underneath the ball, stuff like that, and just being in control. That's what I personally think is like the best way to get better at mech. And off of that, like, I think everything will come naturally. Like, there's plays off the wall, like you'll get more comfortable flipping into the ball, getting flip resets, air dribbles, like normal stuff like that. The things that I would want to work on more is like getting flip resets into like flip resetting again. Like double flip resets, but like not in like the cringe way where they're flipping into the ball and then directly into the ball and directly into the ball. Like, I want to be able to flip into the ball, not into the ball, get a flip reset off the ball, flip it away, catch, and then flip it again, and like double touch or something. Like, I know a lot of high level people, they'll go off of the backboard and they'll do them whole field air dribbles where they're like getting flip resets. It's just the control. Like I know Nupo does it pretty well. There's a bunch of like players that do it like really well. Like they like doing it. You see it a lot in ones because like there's that space to do it. But I think it's probably one of what I believe is probably like one of the best like ways of using aerial mechanics is just, you know, being able to go fast in the air and like have control of the ball, getting good touches. Another thing I like is like off of the wall, flipping into it and then getting another touch. I'll try to explain it here, like getting that. Okay, that was just not what I wanted. Okay. It's also a lot of the thing is you're not trying to do something. You're feeling out how when you get a touch, you're not like, okay, I'm gonna do this now. It's reacting to how the ball's going and doing what you're comfortable with that. That's what I honestly like believe. Like, you know, people be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get a double reset, and it's like, sure, cool, that's cool when you can do that, but like I think being able to adapt in the air and like go where you want and be able to keep going forwards is like so important. I don't know if like any of this is making sense. It's kind of just like my brain just, you know, working, just like trying to think about like how I play, because like I said before, like a lot of how I play is just, it's just nothing. It's just I've slowly learned over time, just like doing stuff. I want to say as well, getting solid touches is so important. Like just when I mean solid touches, I mean like going through the ball with your car, you know, and like flips that like go and get the most amount of power, obviously in the directions you want it. Because I know like people that like their touches are just bad. Like they'll, I'll try to set up a situation that like makes sense. So this will be really real slow, but instead of like hitting the ball like that, like you're hitting it through, it'll be rolling. I'll just get it to roll again. And they'll like, that was still better, but they'll hit it like off center, I guess, because I think hitting your car through the ball is like what you should work on, because that gets the most consistent touches all the time. Again, when I say that's what you should work on, like I'm only a GC1, I don't know much. I know there's like levels to Rocket League, like there's a lot of stuff probably in like 2s, 1s and 3s that I have no idea about, that pros know a lot about, but this is just like what I've learned and what I think is good and what I've learned over my like 4,000-ish hours. I'll go on something else. I'm talking about mech for like too long there. I'll talk about what's it called? Fuck, what's the name for it? It's you know when players want like a specific preset because it makes them feel good. Like Justin's very like he does it a lot. Like fuck it, I'm gonna search it up.
I have placebo with my
Placebo.
name, so like...
There we go. Alright, going back to my placebo. Yeah, so I'm a big placebo player. Like I only feel good and mechy in certain cars. Like this car I've got at the moment, I've probably had equipped, or like this kind of variation. I've changed like the wheels and like the boost trail and stuff sometimes, but I've had this like color combo equipped for probably like over a year, because it just feels consistent, because I've watched a lot of just, you know, EU players and like MENA players, and obviously this is the MENA Fennec. I like the blue version a lot. I've got the Zen Fennec or French Fennec for my yellow side, which I've switched on and off of because sometimes it feels not the best, but I always this blue car with like the kind of yellow pearlescent, the anodized, it feels so just well everywhere. It's just good. I feel like I get solid touches even when I'm playing bad. Like it just feels better. And yeah, I think I want to touch on that a lot, because placebo is like such a, I know, yeah, like I was saying before, Justin is a big placebo player, and I know like a lot of pros are probably big placebo players. Um, I think I was watching a thing where like Justin had placebo with his name, which I think's crazy because like you can't see that. I think the main placebo people have is just their car. Um, I probably have more placebo effect than a lot more players because I've actually got, I don't know if it'll show it in here. I've got players. Um, it's like the anonymizer. This doesn't work, but it does work for me. I don't know. It makes everyone's car stock because when I used to play, I'd get like not tilted, but like it would make me not trust my teammates if they had like a goofy car, like Foxy, you know Foxy's car. He's got like rainbow everything and like all the boost, and it's just like I'm not gonna trust someone that has a car with like all that on it, especially with like toppers and stuff. Like I should get into that as well. There's some toppers that I think would be okay. Like only on the Dominus with the Halo and like there's some others. There's like okay, that's fair enough. I think I can trust you if you're wearing that. But literally any other car with a topper, like I can't trust you. Like I will not like be able to feel like I'm playing good because I wouldn't be able to trust my teammates. I think it's just I don't know where it came from, but anyway, I've had an anonymizer on for like so long, more than like sometimes I forget that it's like people have their own presets, you know, like because I've had it on for that long. But it does feel for me feel better when the whole lobby is just standard. Because that's how I like my car. I like my car like very stock standard. The way it's designed, it just feels like consistent. It feels very like Rocket League at its base because it's just a car. Like there's nothing more to it. But yeah, like I'm a big placebo player. And it goes further than that for me. Like I have the way I sit and the angle of my chair, um, and playing at my own setup, like all that sort of stuff, like makes me feel like I'm playing the best I possibly can. And if I'm playing in any other way, it just feels like it cannot lock in and get flow state at all. It's the same with these glasses help me focus, but like I think that is a little bit of placebo as well because like I play so much better with these glasses. Ever since I got these glasses, I've played so much better with them. And like even you can probably see my posture. I've kind of adopted a bit of, you know, the twins from Falcons. They lean like super. They're like really bad, but I've kind of adopted that, and I've tried a bunch of different ways of sitting, and this feels the best. It feels like I can lock in the most in this way. Um, and yeah, I think that's super important for me. Like, I wouldn't want people to have placebo. Like, I think I wish I didn't have placebo, where I could just play in any way. Like, I know my mate I was talking about before, that's pretty good. Like, he could play like a full recline and still play amazing. I would never be able to do that. I would not play good at all. I would feel like none of my touches were consistent or solid or anything like that because I'm not like fully focused. Every time I play, I try to hit flow state, and if I don't feel like I'm in flow state, I just feel like I'm playing shit, and I want to stop playing the game. So yeah, I think placebo is like a big thing for me. That's why I wanted to mention that. I want to think anything else, like the way how high the monitor is, how close it is to me. I used to have the monitor really close, and then I stopped, and um, I even had to get used to that because I had it very close, like a CS player, but it was so like just bad. This is before I had glasses as well, so my vision probably got cooked from that. But yeah, nah, it's just yeah, I've got a lot of placebo, and it's just yeah, I don't wish it upon anyone because it is honestly a burden. But it does make me lock in and feel focused a lot, which I like because when I'm feeling comfortable and when I'm feeling like I can control my car the way I want, yeah. Also, if you were to ever watch me play, you probably notice like when I take shots, I think I tense up. Like I don't notice it personally, but people have mentioned it to me when I like take shots, I'll like tense up or like breathe in like that sort of thing, or like I think that's just me like focusing and like trying to just be in the moment as precise as possible, and it's so weird. Like I'm such a weird player, I swear. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to really say on placebos. I did want to get onto like 3v3. I might, yeah, okay, I'll mention 3v3. So, I used to play a lot of 6-mans. I don't anymore because I kind of gave up on playing Rocket League competitively. I used to, yeah, like want to play 6-mans, like not even just not play ranked and just play 6-mans because it was very fun to me. Like it felt at its core the most competitive Rocket League can be, without obviously being like a tournament. And I enjoyed it. I would go back in a heartbeat, and I probably will later. But I might get into why I stopped in a bit. But yeah, 6-mans helped me understand threes a lot more when I was playing. I think I'm a bit washed. Like I've forgotten how to play threes like that. Like I would have to get back into the rhythm. But I'm gonna try to explain in the best of like what I learned about threes, stuff like that. So I would play threes a lot like I play twos, I think, but not in the way that people think. If a twos player plays threes, that's like a lot of people are like, okay, they're gonna be like just like kind of ball chasey a lot more and like that sort of thing. But as I think I was saying before, I like a very defensive play style, but then on the other end of things, like if I've got the ball, I do like making those like fancy like air plays. And yeah, so my play style in threes, I would say is a lot more defensive, which I think I'll say again, my IRL mate that's pretty good, he's a lot the same, and he's explained it to me, and I think I kind of just naturally adopted that playstyle, which like I think it's a solid playstyle because like third man is like a very important role. People don't want to sit back, but like I will. But then there is the other side of it where like if I don't feel like I can trust my teammates to do well in offense, I will creep up a lot and start taking a lot more plays off of like walls and just trying to force the ball. I think when I was playing ODL last year, I think it was like October or something, we got smashed, but I did enjoy that a lot, honestly. But there was one series where it was getting streamed, and we had a few series that got streamed, but this series was casted by Foxy, and it felt like he saw me because he kind of analyzed what I was doing and like told everyone like I'm the best player potentially on my team, but potentially on the pitch. I think he said something like that, because of the way what he said was, when I attack the ball, I don't just stop, which a lot of players in the rank that I was playing in ODL would do. They'll just attack the ball and then stop and go back. I would attack the ball and then continue and try to follow up with another touch and just keep going and keep pushing and keep getting pressure, which honestly, like I didn't know that I did that, but after he said that, I did notice like I was doing that a lot. Like I want to say it's a good thing because it puts a lot of pressure off of your teammates. As long as you're comming correctly, it puts a lot of pressure off your teammates because you can just keep going, and then once you finally can't, that's when your teammate has like a good opportunity. And you don't even have to, like I wouldn't even have to all the time go like keep going until I can't push anymore. I've got no more boost or anything. I could like do passes if a teammate like called it, or I could call a pass if I saw one, something like that. But then yeah, again, there was like a lot of solo plays. I didn't do a lot of solo plays in ODO. I think I was just like nervous playing in like a big tournament that was getting streamed. Like I wanted to play a lot more just fundamentals, just like, you know, getting clears and just like not messing. I was focusing on not messing up a lot. Um, but yeah, like in threes I do like, you know, taking plays by myself and doing a lot. Oh, I should have spoken a lot more about like psycho touches and stuff with when I was talking about mechs. I'll say something short about that now. I really enjoy going for and getting psycho touches. Um, when I say psycho touches, it's that skim touch that people talk about. Some people call it like a ghost touch, but I think a ghost hit is like when you don't get the ball, so I don't know why people would call it that, but it's the psycho touch, I call it. Off of sidewalls, a lot of people go for it, and it's like, it's so, I haven't hit it much. I've gotten the touch a bit, but I'm nowhere near consistent at it, but um, I do really like going for them, and I want to say, like, it's not it's not a horrendous thing to go for, because a lot of the time, for example, if it's like going on a wall, let me see if I can like try to set something up. Even if I miss this, I'll usually have a teammate middle, and if I hit it, there's the other thing. I can get a hit that goes backward like I just did, or I can just get a skim touch, which again, like, it's usually going towards net, and that's just like a good, just like, you know, clear towards net, like people won't expect it. Um, so yeah, I love going for psychos like a lot, because, you know, it's fun, and it's doesn't really destroy like competitive integrity, I don't think. Like I think it's like something that, you know, it's fair enough to go for. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Um, but yeah, I'll get back to talking about threes. So yeah, my playstyle, what was I saying? Like, it was very defensive. I play a little bit more divey in threes, like I was talking about before in defense, because, you know, you've got that third teammate, so you can play a bit more divey. Like, especially, I think I noticed this a lot in threes. If someone's going for the ball like off the roof, I'll probably just like challenge them off the roof and just, you know, just go for it, because it's forcing a play. Either, you know, they get it past me, but to do that they had to like get the ball away from them, but um which is like good, because, you know, teammates can follow up on that, or I force it and I get a 50, you know, or I get a clear off it, and that's like amazing. I think especially in my rank, people don't do that a lot, and I think it's also like, people think it's cringe because, like, bro, like, they're in the air and I'm just going for them, but like, I think that's fair enough in threes. Like, you've got two other teammates, there's no reason for me not to be going for that sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, that, and then not waiting and just like going for like plays. I do that a lot in threes, I think. Rotation wise, I was never I was never too good, I don't think, at like rotating in ways for like passes or calling passes. I think I was a very solo player. I do enjoy passes, and I have done them a bit, but I don't think I ever got good at like rotating in specific ways, because I know there's definitely like levels to threes, you know, like there's where I would say I was at, and then there's like where it gets really precise and intense is like past it. Wait, for you guys it's gonna be flipped, I think. So past it, and then there's like pro players. So I was nowhere near being like amazing, but I was definitely ahead of all the other um, you know, people that weren't as good. And I think like I was in a spot, especially in like six mans, I was in a spot that did feel comfortable, and I wish I did play more and get better, because I think like threes is such a fun game mode. I think that's a very underrated opinion as well. Like, you know, it's the RLCS like game mode. Like, it's that for a reason. It's what I think Rocket League is at its core. Twos is very good for like enjoying the game playing, and like you can play twos at a competitive level, but I think the best competitive core of the game is threes, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I'll get into like six man and why I left as well, because I I was trying to get better at threes and play in RLCS. I honestly just wanted a top 64 just to feel like, you know, I was amongst the alright people in Australia and OCE. Um, but I never got a top 64. I tried with a lot of different teams, and I was probably taking it, I wasn't taking it too serious, but I was taking it like very like, um, I wasn't fucking around sort of thing. I wanted to try to do the best I could. Um, and there's a lot of people that just didn't care, and I couldn't really ever get a teammate that really, you know, they wanted to do well as well. I eventually did get a teammate for one, fuck, what are they called? Open? Yeah, I got one for one open, a team, and it was, I'll just like name drop, it was with Tropical and Evoke, and they were both really good players. Like, I think me and Tropical were probably like on par with each other. He was better at some things, I was better at some things, but we were like pretty on par. And then there was Evoke, which he's like one of them like young kids that are just like crazy mech, and like sometimes it annoyed me because it felt like he was going for stuff that just wasn't necessary. And like I was saying before, like I like when, you know, mech is just like, it's very necessary for comp and trying to be like just fast and consistent in the air, and he just wasn't. He would always like go up and like try to flip reset, chain flip reset sort of stuff, and it was sometimes annoying, but he was very good and he was pretty consistent, so it was nice to have something like that on your team. Um, we didn't get, obviously, like I said before, I never got top 64. We didn't get top 64 that split, but I did want to play again. But at the end of that open, um, oh yeah, open, not split. Um, at the end of that open, uh, Evoke just, you know, you could tell like he kind of like gave up on our team, and I think it was like one of the last games that we lost. You know, he was saying he had internet issues, but I think he just like wasn't feeling it, which is, you know, like fair enough. But yeah, so we didn't end up sticking together, but I did want to stick with Tropical because I think he was a lot like me, and wanted to like do well and do the best he could, and like we scrimmed a bunch, and it was solid. Like he felt like a good teammate for where I was at in the game at the time, um, and it was getting closer to the next open, and we were, you know, trying to feel out people to see if we could get another teammate, and we were struggling, but one of Choco's mates, he was kind of a bit better than our team, and he didn't really have a team, and it was like, oh sure, I'll scrim with you guys, and it felt pretty good. I think there was a lot of stuff that we could have improved on as a team, and like the way we played, but I think it would have been pretty good. Like I think that we probably could have made top 64 if we just like, you know, tried. Even maybe like top 48. Like we were playing a lot better than we were playing with Evoke. But closer to the week of the game day, they decided to just play without me. So it was with Tropical, the other teammate, and, you know, someone else, because he the other teammate said that he didn't like the way I played. He said he didn't think I was bad, but I think he thought I was bad, which is, you know, fair enough. I probably, you know, he was a lot better than me. Um, but yeah, it just sucked because it felt like I really wanted to play with Tropical because it felt like he was such a good teammate, and I felt very shit after that. Um, and I just decided, no, okay, competitive Rocket League is just not for me because I didn't want to go through all of the pain of trying to find another team, and because I knew how rare it is to find a teammate that you can feel comfortable with, and then like grow that like connection of like you've been doing scrims and stuff and like feeling how each other play. I didn't want to go through that again, and I just decided to stop playing RLCS and stop playing six mans. And I think that was a good decision for me because I I was taking Rocket League very serious, which I really liked, and I might do it again in the future. But it's good. It's been good to have a break. Um, but yeah, I was rank C in six mans, and I reckon if I had grinded like maybe a couple more months, I was probably good enough. I was good. I was better than people in B, at the lower end of B. So I think I could have been in B, and I would have been playing comfortably in B. But yeah, that's just, that's how that ended. And I kind of just also left like the OC scene. Like there's, a lot of people I just stopped talking to, um, stuff like that. So that's that's what I've got to say on that. I don't know if there's much more to say. Like I've definitely missed a bunch, but I think for this video, I might make another one going over other stuff. Like I didn't talk about ones, didn't talk about how much I hate certain things in ones. Obviously a lot of people hate ones, but like there's some things I do want to get off my chest with ones. I won't say it again here. I might make another video, but maybe not. But yeah, that's just basically me rambling on like a lot of stuff in the game that my thoughts basically. And again, this video isn't for um, people to say, oh, that's how you play the game. It's for me to say this is how I play the game. I'm not the best. This is just how I guess I've grown into the game and how I've thought about how to play. Um, and yeah, I might make another one of these. So yeah, thank you if you ended up watching all of me rambling. Um, that'll be the end of that video.